Hello, YouTube, and welcome to yet another XenoRaptor preview. I kind of spaced out on this before, but essentially the developer that I was talking to also wanted us to do a weapons demo and all that stuff. So that's what we're doing. I'm with Adam again. Say hi, Adam.
Hello.
Yep. And essentially we're just going to be covering all the different weapons, all the things that you could fire while in space at floating rocket-propelled chainsaws. So, your normal mature content. Yeah, we're going to be going over all that stuff. So first off, what I thought we should go over is the ship that you begin with. This is what I'm assuming is called a XenoRaptor. By default, you get a red XenoRaptor color thing with the plasma engines, and we'll go over all that stuff. If you don't like the color of your XenoRaptor, what you can do is you can edit the color and play with the sliders. This is the glow color. This is the base color and stuff. This is what I was running with. So that's essentially how you edit the colors and all that. So you can customize your XenoRaptor, and that's about as far as ship customization goes. That doesn't affect stats or anything. Everything else that you change about the ship changes the changes the stats of it. So first off, I'm gonna be going over the heads, the tactical sensors or whatever. So this right here, that I am demoing right now, is the normal head.
Oh,
What?
oh, just when you come back in game. Oh, yeah.
As far as I can tell, it's it's pretty standard. Just gives you a nice field of vision and all that stuff. Doesn't sacrifice too much in speed or defense or anything. It's just kind of like this all-around type of tactical sensor thing. Moving on to the other head, I believe, or whatever. This is the extended sensor, which is basically it sacrifices defense and speed for sensor range, which essentially means that the game is much more zoomed out, I guess. So you can see a lot further with this. You could use it to get an advantage over your enemies because they can't see you as much. The drawbacks to it, of course, are you're slower and you can take less hits, but I don't think it matters much for the head anyways. And then moving on to the different hulls you can have. You start out with the reinforced hull.
Excuse me, what?
You start out with the reinforced hull. I have trouble saying that word.
Of course you do.
Yeah. But anyways, it's kind of hard for me to demonstrate what the hulls do because, you kind of have to get damaged for them. The only one that I can really demo, because the light hull, it gives you a small speed boost, is very marginal, hardly noticeable. I swear to God. And then you have the extended heatsink, which is the only one that I can demonstrate. Essentially, the reinforced hull kind of sacrifices heat capacity and a little bit of speed for durability. Extended heatsink sacrifices durability and speed for heat capacity, and the light hull sacrifices heat capacity and a little bit of durability for speed. So just kind of take your pick. Defense, speed, and just attack, I guess. So the essentially the reinforced heatsink or whatever, that just allows you to fire for much longer. You see that coolant over there? I don't even need that for the next, however long it's going to take for this bar to fill up. It's only at half, and I've been firing this straight on for like, what, 10 seconds, 20 seconds now?
Are you on the single player?
No, I'm in target practice, and yeah. So that's how much of a difference the heatsink makes. It goes down faster than it goes up. Moving on to the engines, you have you start off base with the plasma thrusters, which essentially just give you this little dash. You know, two dashes per. So you like in a very close situation, if you know, if there's a rocket flying towards you and you're gonna die, you can just kind of dash out of the way of it, and they don't affect speed or maneuverability all that much, as far as I can tell. So really, it just kind of depends on the abilities that they give you. The rocket boosters, they just kind of give you an all-around sprint that you can do, so you can move around the field a lot faster. But it's just kind of a very slow, or not very slow, but you know, just it's constant, and it's not as fast as the dash that the plasma thrusters give you. Next, you have the warp drive, which it's kind of hard to explain what this does. Essentially, it just teleports you, depending on how much you charge. If you take a look at this blue bar, the further it goes down, the further you teleport, essentially. And that's really the gist of the warp thing, which and it teleports you in the direction that you're going. So if you're going this way and you're aiming this way, and you do that, you're going to teleport way far that way. Moving on to the normal teleporter, it essentially just allows you to aim where you teleport to. So you could be moving in this direction, you want to get behind that guy, and boom. Or, you know the gist of it. You know, so wherever your crosshairs are, that's where you teleport to, not the direction that you're moving in. Next up is the shield generator, which it does exactly that. It keeps you from taking harm for like 2 seconds or whatever. It has a very quick reload or recharge speed, so I can't imagine it being all that not useful. Yeah, I can see many uses for this, but you know, kind of, you know, the very quick duration kind of calls for experience with it. And finally, we have the atomic thruster. Essentially, what this does is, as you charge, it basically does the same thing that the rocket thruster does. Except it leaves off some toxic waste that that can damage your enemies and stuff, like just kind of poisons them. So let's see if I can kill one of them with this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see that guy over there didn't, you know, he only touched it and that's it. So, moving on to the actual thing that you really want to see are the weapons. You start off basically with the chain gun and the rail gun. And what these, and for your special, you have missiles with the dumbfire guidance system, medium size, and explosive warhead. Now, you'll notice that that it's not like for the missiles, you also have a list of options that you can do. So, like, you know, instead of dumbfire, you have laser, which essentially they follow your cursor, your you know, the little line that you have. They follow that instead of just kind of going forward until they hit something. And then you have the homing, which essentially what they do is, if you're locked onto a target, I'll demonstrate this for you. So locking onto a target essentially just involves you keeping your cursor, like your crosshairs, on them for a while. Hello.
Sorry,
so if you'll notice that there's the arrows pointing towards that that spaceship guy, nowhere else. That just means I'm locked onto him. So if I fire some missiles, if I can fire some missiles, which I can't because my mouse is stupid, dumb, and stupid. World hates me. Yeah, no. If I could fire missiles, that's what they would do. I'll have Adam demonstrate all the
specials.
Yeah, all the specials, because I can't quite do them. And then you have the smart, which kind of just latches onto the nearest moving thing and explodes it. So, without further ado, are you ready to behave?
Maybe.
Okay. So, without further ado, we are going to demonstrate the weapons. Not on each other, that would just be stupid. So when you start out, you essentially your weapon one, your primary weapon is this railgun, which, you know, as you can see, it's your basic machine gun rifle thing. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but if you keep pressure on an enemy, it, you know, they die eventually. And then for your secondary weapon, you also have the railgun, which essentially just fires one very powerful volley at your enemies, but you have to be very accurate with it because, you know, it's very dodgy and slow firing. So you don't have a whole lot of chances to, you see, you know, that kind of stuff. So you don't have a whole lot of chances to hit something. God, scares me so much. Okay, and so Adam is going to demonstrate the next two.
For my first weapon, I have a regular autocannon, which you can just, I don't know, it fires by pressing the left click.
They know that.
Well, I mean, holding down left click, you can constantly fire.
Oh, okay.
And then, I'm not sure about damage.
It's basically a slightly weaker version of the railgun, just firing a lot faster gives you more chance to hit things.
And my secondary weapon, I have the flak cannon, which
wow, that's some very short range. Let's see.
well, I mean, the only range for it,
try firing on me.
I have to actually aim at you with my little arrow thing, so you can go short, medium, and then.
Oh, so the longer you hold down the button, the further it goes, essentially.
Know where your cursor is.
Oh, okay. So it's like the precision teleporter. That's pretty handy, actually.
Yeah, and my special weapon is just a regular bomb. But
yeah, they go off after a set time.
The only thing is if you stay right there with the bombs, they can do damage to you. So that kind of sucks. That's why I was wowing.
Just very quickly, in the weapons menu, you know how you had the different options for the special, like the guidance system and the warhead and all that stuff. You get the same thing with the various weapons. You get different barrels. All of them have different barrels, which by default you start it with the standard. I think you have to unlock everything. So
yeah, probably.
yeah, you start out with the standard. It's just, you know, in the middle of everything. That's basically what the standard is. It doesn't have any, you know, has no bonuses or penalties. Then you have efficient, which sacrifices fire power, like damage for duration. So you can fire for much longer. You just do a lot less damage. Then you have extended, which essentially increases the range of all your weapons. But it also overheats very quickly, and heavy the heavy barrel. What this does is it gives you a very high damage output, but it also has much less range. And also with the chain gun, and with all other weapons, you have different types, like with the warheads for the missiles or whatever. You have incendiary, which sets things on fire. So with the bullets, you have incendiary, which sets things on fire. Plasma, which kind of paralyzes your enemies. You have chemical, which poisons your enemies. Singularity, which kind of, I'm gonna test out what singularity does actually. And then you have singularity, which kind of acts as a tractor beam. You know, if you fire onto an enemy, especially with the chain gun, they actually get pulled towards you and they can't really pull away. So the singularity is like a tractor beam where it pulls them in towards you, so you can fire at them even harder, I guess. And then my personal favorite, antimatter. You'll notice that this is what I used in the prior to this. Basically, it has a very, very high damage output, but the projectiles are a little slow. I personally think it's worth it because they kind of fan out far enough to where it doesn't really matter. And essentially, each weapon has this kind of these kinds of variations on them. I think there's also Tesla. That's a variation. I honestly don't know. There's just so many. So we're not going to be going over each and every single one for every single weapon ever, because that would just take years, and this video would end up being like an hour long, even after editing. So we're just going to be doing the basic weapons and weapon types.
Oh, did you know that under edit controls in the home screen,
Yeah.
you can have your name
Your
or your
control scheme name?
you can have your username.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I don't know what that does though.
It just gives you a username.
Oh. Okay, cool. You're on. Let's find each other.
Oh, found you.
Yep. Okay, yeah, I think you should go first. So you have the howitzer and the sprayer?
And now I have the howitzer and the
Sprayer. Scattergun, sorry.
scattergun, yeah.
Okay. So basically, what Adam is firing right now is the scattergun, which essentially what that does is it just fires a massive volley of, of bullets, I guess. And, as scatterguns typically go, the further away you are, the less damage you deal because less of the bullets hit stuff. And the closer you are, the more bullets that hit stuff and the more damage dealt. That's essentially the synopsis for the scattergun. Anyways, onto the
My next weapon that I have is a howitzer, and that it doesn't rapid fire. It's just kind of slow, and it deals. I don't know how much damage does it deal.
I don't know. Is it essentially the same as the flat cannon?
No, not really.
Okay, so it only has that very short range.
Oh, in that sense, it's the same.
Okay, yeah. So aiming mechanics for the howitzer are the same as the I believe it's called the flat cannon, right?
In my special weapons, I have missiles, which is basically your default special weapon.
I couldn't demonstrate it because my middle mouse never ever works. So.
Yeah.
Ow. That's not very nice.
Did that do anything?
Yeah, it hurt me quite a bit actually.
Oh wow.
So yeah. So those are the weapons that Adam has equipped right now. What I have on hand is the sprayer, which is kind of your typical flamethrower kind of thing. Very, very high damage output. Very, it deals some kind of status effect. But it also has a very short range. Very ideal for kind of, like the chainsaws, how they come in. They come in guns blazing and charging, do melee attacks and whatever. And they're made of glass. This is very, very effective because, they can't stay in the stream for like 2 seconds even. So that's really handy. And next is the energy beam, which, as you can see, is a really, really cool looking laser. However, the big drawback to it is it overheats very, very quickly. Adam was using a variation on this weapon in the previous video.
That didn't do much damage.
Yeah, because it was set to mind control. That was one of the the incendiary and all that stuff. he had it set to mind control, which does very little damage, but it also kind of takes over small ships, you know, ship things, whatever, and they start firing on their own enemies, and that's basically what mind control does. But the energy beam, really nice weapon. It does lots of damage very quickly, and it just, yeah. See, look at how fast I took him out. So, basically, we have more weapons to demonstrate. What I believe this is, yeah, I love that one. I believe this this first one is the particle lance. What this does is it charges up and then it fires for a long stream of energy, and it just completely destroys anything in the path. And it does a whole crap ton of damage while it's at it. But it you have to charge it up. The more you charge it up, the more damage it does, the more the bigger the blast, the longer it lasts, all that stuff. However, if you'll look down over here at the overheat thing, the longer you charge up for, the more it heats up. And next is the particle cannon, I believe, is what it's called. Essentially what this does, same mechanics, it charges up and then fires, but it's a much quicker volley. I'm assuming it deals a lot more damage because of the slow time, or the very fast time with it. Same mechanics work with this too. The longer you charge up for, the more damage, the more it heats up and all that stuff. So there's that. Moving on to Adam's weapons.
Okay, so the first weapon that I have is the Gatling beam. I almost forgot.
Yeah, I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah, and what it looks like is just a lightning beam.
Yeah.
And it doesn't overheat as fast as some of them. And your range is pretty short, kind of. But
yeah,
you can
but
use
this
it
kind of changes with the different variations on that. I know this for sure about the Gatling beam. We'll return to this later on. So,
okay, my second weapon, it's a variation between both of Kevin's weapons that he's using, and it is the blaster.
oh wow. Fire that again.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, it kind of deals a little bit of damage.
Wow.
It doesn't even have to hit anything. It just kind of deals damage as it passes by. That's kind of cool.
So we just figured that out.
I actually used that weapon in the trailer.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh
wow. So you know, link to that right here.
Self-promotion.
Yeah, I know. So there's all that. And then your special.
Oh, my special. They're like the bombs, but they're really mines, which.
So, yeah. So they stay there indefinitely until. Oh.
They blow up.
Yeah. Do that again. Let's see if they explode on their own, or if I have to go near them. Yeah,
no, I think you have to go near them.
Yeah, you have to go near them, and then they explode. Wow, that did a crap ton of damage to me. I'm not, like, you can't even see my health bar.
This, I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yeah. Did you get damaged by it?
Well, because I was close when you went by it, but if I.
Oh yeah, you
set them out.
Yeah, the person
I can
who
just
sets them up. Yeah.
Pass them, and they don't do damage to me unless I'm near someone that when they go off.
Yeah. And conversely, the bombs, they essentially have a set timer, so no matter what is near them, they explode after like 3 seconds, and that's their defining trait. So now we are going to go over the weapon variations that actually do change the weapon drastically, much like the Gatling cannon. So we'll be right back. Get into position, Adam. It's all business again. Okay. Okay. So right now I have the Gatling beam, which Adam had before, but it was like set to the Tesla version of it, which kind of made it a lightning flamethrower kind of dealio. Does it also have a knockback?
What?
Yeah. Wow, that has a lot of range on it. but anyways, the Gatling cannon, it was like a or Gatling beam. It was like a lightning storm. What it's actually like is this. You know, it's like a Gatling gun, but with lasers, which is friggin' awesome. And then you have the energy mace, which is my next weapon. It basically runs on the same mechanics as the particle lance and particle beam. You know, quick charge up. You know, it charges up, and then you fire. The more you charge up, the more damage it deals. It also kind of fires a volley, much like the scatter gun, all at once. So the and you might say that the Gatling cannon does the same thing more or less, but the Gatling cannon, you know, switches between firing. It fires one stream, like at a time. It just moves around a lot, and the energy mace, it charges up and boom, just all at once. And Adam has the Tesla variation because Tesla is the only one that really alters the way that it works and acts and all that stuff.
So with the Tesla variation, it pretty much looks like a big lightning storm.
Yeah, much like the Gatling beam, just smaller and probably a lot more powerful.
Yeah.
And Adam has probably the most amazing special ever right now, and he will demonstrate that on me. So basically, the way you get this to work is you have to lock onto your target. Again, locking on is you keep your crosshairs on a target, and it targets them.
And that's the only way this is gonna work.
Yeah, so that's a bearzerker right there, and it kills you
blew him
eventually.
up instantly.
Yeah. So what he was using right there was the assault teleporter, which shoots things like bees and bearzerkers at you, and at your enemies and kills them very nicely, I should say. And that's essentially it for all the general weapons. So we're just going to go over the last two specials very quickly right now.
I wasn't even targeting you.
Don't be a douche. Don't be a douche.
I wasn't even targeting you.
Don't be a douche. Don't be a douche.
Shut up.
And this is how I did that one shot for one of the ending things for the trailer as well. So, you know.
What?
The trailer. I'm just recreating a shot right here from the trailer.
Okay. YouTube.com/sorry we're so shite.
/user/sorry we're so shite. Come on. Or sorry we're so shite because stupid HTML doesn't, or URLs don't have punctuations in them.
It's really user.
And dumb. Yeah, /user/sorry we're so shite. Also, just really quickly, hitting the join button kind of refreshes it automatically. The developer told me that. So yeah, hitting join refreshes. So the multiplayer isn't working right now. So right now I'm in target practice, and I have a working mouse that actually will allow me to
hallelujah.
Yeah, to demonstrate the specials. So essentially what the right now what I'm using is the polarity inverter, and what it does is it runs on the same mechanics as the energy mace, particle beam, particle lance, all that stuff.
God, no.
And so it charges up, and it explodes literally everything on the screen if you have it up to full charge. It's freaking amazing. Just dead right there immediately. Dead. Yeah. So I mean the polarity inverter. What this does is it just kind of gives you a massive AOE kind of thing, area of effect kind of attack, It's just like a singular blast, and it deals a crap ton of damage to everything on the screen. And finally, we have the Irradiator, which essentially what this does is, let's see if there are any enemies that I can demonstrate this on. What the Irradiator does is, if you hold down the middle mouse, it just kind of slowly poisons them all.
Is it working?
Just everything on screen, yeah. Same area of effects as the polarity inverter, really. Well, that's interesting. So that's basically what the Irradiator does. It just kind of poisons everything on the screen as well. Kind of slowly kills them. Seems to be there's like a graphical glitch with it right now. So, you know, fix this, former Pope. So yeah, that was basically the you know, the preview for all the weapons that XenoRaptors have to offer. If you want to see any more weapons that this game has, because literally this game is like this game really is a 12-year-old's wet dream with the bearzerkers and plasma cannons and chainsaws in space, and it's just so amazing. So, but if you want to see any of the other weapons that this game has to offer, buy it. It's not that expensive. I believe it's $10. I'm gonna have to double check that and re-record this little bit right here. So yeah. You know, again, you know, if you want to see anything that we haven't been able to show that this game has to offer, buy this game. Support the developer. He really deserves it. He made a really amazing game. So, without further ado, say bye, Adam.
Bye, Adam.
Every time. I hope that our previews have been enjoyable and informative for you. So, please have a nice day, and bye, YouTube!
Bye!